Welcome everybody to your first game of this SBF season as we are going to watch the Chupacabras take on the Polar Bears. This should be a great game. Unlike most of my other commentated games, this one I'm going to be flying solo. Both GMs for these teams are fresh, brand new to the league, and they're ready to make a name for themselves. The Polar Bears, led by brand new GM Blaze, coming in hot with creative player Michael Self, the absolute monster of a center, Shaq-like build. And then you got GM Santiago taking over for the Chupacabras, one of the best drafts of this season in my opinion, as he trades out of the number 3 spot to gain a whole lot of draft capital and still winds up with a really, really good team. That's just outmaneuvering your opponents right there. We're about to see the first tip-off of the season. And it goes to the way of Jatavius Cleveland and the Chupacabras. Francois Prigioni now dribbles the ball up. Playmaking point guard, last played with the Tornadoes. Darnell Turner shoots a 3, can't get it to go. Cassius Falls, the point guard, grabs the board and kicks it to Wagner. Wagner is a playmaking, facilitating 3. Let's see if he can make something happen here. Drops it down to Self. Vin Woods got caught reaching. Self goes up strong, can't get it. Board by Cleveland. Darnell Turner now pushing the tempo. Also former Tornado. Darnell Turner's a scoring machine. Him and Francois very, very familiar with one another. As Francois shoots, can't get it. Jatavius almost gets the board, but Sean comes down instead. Cassius Falls now. He's going to dribble around. He loves to attack the paint. That's for sure. Cassius Falls, a very unique player. Looking for someone to get open. Here comes Lonnie Forbes. Wide open 3. Got it to fall. Great play design right there by the Polar Bears. As Shane Kerrigan now dribbles the ball up. Former Stingray, former Assassin, and Rattlesnake. Shane Kerrigan's been everywhere in the league so far. As you see Darnell Turner get the easy layup. Shane Kerrigan, known as one of the best fast break players in the SBF. As you see, Cassius Falls takes it to the rack, can't get it over Cleveland. Sean Self with the rebound, and then Champ Hansen puts it up. Self with another board. He's a monster right now. Cleveland, though, just keeps rejecting Champ Hansen. Sean Self, offensive board after offensive board, just kept passing it out. As Darnell Turner, slippery at the rim with a good finish. Cassius Falls now sets it up. Champ Hansen turns. He's got Sean Self wide open behind him. Sean's going to shoot the 3. Doesn't get it to fall. He can make those, that's for sure. Shane passes down. Turner, open lane, slams it home. Darnell Turner's doing it all right now. The Polar Bears have got to get something going on offense. They are struggling right now. As Cassius Falls doesn't get the roll. He's going to try to take it on Vin Woods himself, though. Kicks it out, wide open. Rims out. Unfortunate, but Vin Woods grabs the board and then steps out of bounds. So Polar Bears are going to keep the ball. The Polar Bears just cannot get the lid off the basket tonight. They're shooting some good shots that just won't fall. They aren't the best three-point shooting team in the league, so I'm not too surprised. But they're all capable of doing it, so you start to see those wide open ones fall eventually, that's for sure. Moving screen now by Jatavius Cleveland. 2 turnovers in a row by Duke City Chupacabras, which gives the Polar Bears an opportunity to get right back into the game. Lapses in judgment like that could really cost you. Cassius Falls hits Michael Self. Michael's going to keep setting the high screen. That's a good screen. Gets Cassius wide open. Cassius, rather than passing, takes it and misses. Sean with his third offensive board slams it home. This guy is a monster cleaning up the glass tonight. Turner, beautiful step back, creates a mile of space and drains it in his eye. Great move by Darnell Turner. He is doing everything for the Chupacabras. Cassius falls now, gets a little bit of space. Can't get the finish. Shane Kerrigan, though, dribbles it right at Falls' ankles and loses it. Thank goodness Vin Woods was there to save the play. Kerrigan gonna go at it again. Shane Kerrigan, not the best ball handler, as you saw in that last possession, as Turner's gonna drive again and gets it. Lonnie Forbes cannot stop Darnell Turner right now. He is getting whatever he wants as the Polar Bears are going to call a timeout. That's a good idea. Right now, the Chupacabras, besides those 2 lapses in judgment, have absolutely been showing out tonight. We've got some substitutions on the court. Polar Bears are bringing in 3 new players. As you see, the Chupacabras are as well. You'd like to see Michael Self really take over the scoring here with their team struggling on offense. Let's see if Nichols can get him involved. Nichols shoots. Self with another offensive board. Foster, I thought that was a clean rejection, but they're going to call him for the foul. I guess when you're a superstar like Michael Self, sometimes you just get good calls to go your way. As you see, he knocks home the first and gets the second. John Foster now. Power forward, going to dribble the ball up for Albuquerque. They've also got Hunter Cooley on the floor. Darnell Turner still there. Good move. The double spin gets it back to Cleveland for 3. Gets it to go. Jatavius Cleveland. You did not see much of that back when he played for the Stingrays. I didn't know he could shoot the 3. That's fantastic. Great move. As Cassius Falls tries another one under the rim and can't get it. Turner open 3. Got it. It's a run now. 17-9. Duke City leads Anchortown. Cassius Falls has got to stop trying to score. He's back at the paint now. Kicks it back to Michael Self. Over to Jimmy Blake. Good off-ball screen there by Michael Self. He's got another one. Can't quite get the separation for Joe Nichols, though. Nichols is going to have to fire. Can't get it to fall. Foster now. Webb, great cut by Turner. Just some smooth passing by this Duke City offense. The Chupacabras are clicking on all cylinders right now. Alley-oop to Michael Self. That's a showtime finish, and that'll definitely get the bench fired up and ready to go for the Polar Bears. Turner now's got the ball up top. He is hot. Takes the Cleveland screen. Gets it over to Cooley. Back up to Webb. Webb hits it over to Cooley. Cooley got to go with it. Draws the foul. Joe Nichols gets caught. Hunter Cooley, one of the older guys in the league, been around, played for almost every team. It seems like every time we have an expansion draft, this guy's involved. Those type of plays are something that you'll find out of veterans. Being able to draw the foul as the shot clock winds down. Cassius Falls now, drives again. Loses it. Dylan Webb with the steal. Kicks it up to Darnell Turner. Drives. Almost gets the and one. I'm surprised that wasn't a flagrant. As you see Michael Self telling his teammate to calm down and get out of there. We don't need any ejections in the first quarter. Polar Bears, they know that they're better than they're playing right now, and they're getting frustrated. You can see it. Darnell Turner, though, my goodness, this guy is a steal. Picked up late in the draft. Like I said earlier, Duke City able to trade out of that number 3 spot. They have the Assassins first round picks for the next 2 years and their next second round pick. So they have draft capital to build off of this incoming great rookie class. And they still have a team that's competing at this high of a level for this season. We could be looking at the beginning of a dynasty with these Chupacabras, that's for sure. Cassius with a great move, gets to the rim, puts it up, and gets it to fall. Risky going up over a Jatavius Cleveland like that, but he got it, and he was rewarded. There you have it. At the end of one, you've got the Chupacabras leading the Polar Bears. I'm not ready to call this a game, though. I think at any point, Michael Self could just start taking over. Cassius Falls struggling in the first. I don't think we're going to see that much more throughout this game. Here we go now. They're going to have Jimmy Blake dribble the ball up for Anchortown. Yuri Kasparov's in the game. That is a strong power forward. Gets it down low to Michael. He's going to go to work on Cleveland. Puts it up. Can't get it. Cleveland pulls it down. Cleveland is one of the best defenders in the league. I knew this was going to be a good matchup. And they throw it away. Dylan Webb and the shooting guard not on the same page with that pass. That was just a bad decision by the guard. Four-man substitution now for Albuquerque, as they have Sean Foster now playing the center position. They're definitely going small ball, even though Ben Woods is a 7-footer. He does not play like a 7-footer. He's a finesse guy with the three-point shooting ability. Screen set. Yuri, open three. Can't get it. Champ almost got the board, but couldn't quite pull it down. Dylan Webb pops from mid-range. Doesn't get it. Champ Hansen pulls down the board. Champ, he's fast. He's going to drive. He gets some separation. Not much of a shooter, though. He can knock down the three if it's open. Looking for that off-ball movement. You got a wide open Champ Hansen. There's the three. Can't get it. Yuri almost able to pull down the board. He fought for it, but Shane's box out just too strong. The offensive struggles for the Polar Bears continue at the beginning of the second quarter. Duke City now. Francois Prigioni going to put on some moves. Gets past his guys. Can't get it, though. Ben Woods there for the board. Picks up the foul on Lonnie Forbes. These are two automatic free throws, as Vin Woods is one of the best big men shooters in the league. Score of 25-13 in favor of Duke City. This has been a good game despite the Polar Bear struggles on offense. Lonnie Forbes now drives, gets an opening, gets the lay-in. Good move. Lonnie Forbes coming over from River City last season, had reduced minutes, didn't really get a lot of playing time, but whenever he was in the game, he would make things like that. Dylan Webb, open three, rims out. Kadeem Wagner with the board. This guy is going to look to make a play happen here. Kicks it out to Forbes again. Forbes over to Champ. Champ just a little too deep for that three, as Yuri's going to go up with it. Gets it over Francois. You'd like to see Yuri go up strong, but as long as he's going to make those, it's okay. Shane Kerrigan now has the ball. They're going to switch. They're going to put Yuri on him. Ben Woods, three. Got it! It doesn't matter how close you are. This guy is a lights-out three-point shooter. Screen set. Kadeem Wagner kicks it back. Champ, mid-range. Got it. Beautiful offensive execution on that play. As you see, Polar Bears are still in this game while shooting only 35%. You cannot imagine they're going to continue to shoot that poorly all game. You'd really like to see Duke City capitalize more and create more of a separation on the scoreboard while the Polar Bears are struggling like this. Yuri gets it, kicks it forward to Kadeem Wagner. Wagner now going to try to take the screens. Drives and gets it to go. Kadeem Wagner on the smaller defender makes it look easy. 7-point ball game now as Francois Prigioni dribbles it up. Dylan Webb, he's been struggling on offense this quarter. Shoots another one, can't get it to go. Kadeem pulls it down. Kadeem's been everywhere for this team this quarter. Facilitating, rebounding, defending. Absolutely good player. Forbes is going to take the screen, kicks it back to Jimmy Blake. These Chupacabras are just playing smothering D, not letting anybody by them. The Chupacabras defense is fantastic. Nobody can get open. As you see, Forbes is going to have to shoot. Can't get it. Shane Kerrigan pulls it down. He's going to try to score on the fast break. Kicks it out. Francois drives. Kicks it back to Dylan. Dylan has been struggling. Gets blocked there again. Lonnie Forbes now dribbles it up. Polar Bears not much for scoring on the fast break so far tonight. They slow it down again. You see they setting up the offense here. Champ sets the screen. Forbes drives, blocked by Vin Woods. Francois back out to Dylan. Got it to go. Webb finally knocks one down. Sometimes that's all the shooter needs is to hit one, feel one, go through the basket to get that momentum going. Great defensive game this quarter. If you're not a fan of defense, you might not be a fan of this game, but coming from somebody that is a big fan of good defense, this has been a very exciting game to watch. Lots of blocked shots, lots of good rebounding, a lot of the very, very high hustle plays going on today. Let's see Michael Self go to work. Tries to get it to Cassius on the cut, but he loses it. Turner, mid-range. Can't get it. Wagner with the board. They're going to get a second chance on offense now. Champ drives. Champ with a great move on Cleveland, but can't get it to fall. Like I said earlier, they just cannot get the lid off the basket as Shane Kerrigan, one of the best fast break players in the league, finishes the and one. And there is Self once again coaching him up. You can tell he is frustrated because his team is not playing to the level that they need to tonight. You just absolutely love seeing that out of a great leader like Michael Self. It is a long season. That is what he's telling his guys. But we've got to figure this out. Our offense is struggling. Michael with a great kick out as you saw Champ clogging the paint there. Cassius suspended. Oh, it was Champ who got the foul call. Champ just clogging the paint, not allowing Cassius to drive, and then he can't get out in time. 3 seconds. This is one of those cases, if you ask me, where the Polar Bears offense, they just look like they're not used to playing with each other. And on the other side, you've got Duke City where they look like they've gelled already. They've got good team chemistry. The Polar Bears, on the other hand, they just keep getting in each other's way. Duke City playing smothering D once again. Michael Self rolls. He was open. They didn't get it to him. Mid-range pop. Darnell can't get it. Self with the board. rebounding monster tonight. Great find by Cassius to Champ Hansen for an easy layup. Champ, one of the best fast break finishers in the game. Champ and Shane Kerrigan both came from the Stingrays. Both of them were key parts to the best fast break team in the entire league over the last couple seasons. Cleveland just playing bully ball down low, gets his own board over 3 guys and then puts it back. Cleveland, also a former Stingray. As you see, Duke City now is just going to let the clock wind down. They do not want to go into the half at any more of a deficit than they already are. Forbes, 3. Can't get it. Bergione's going to try one. Self says no way. 12-point game going into halftime. It has been a fun and exciting game. I really don't think the scoreboard is reflecting how close this game has been. If the Polar Bears can find their rhythm on offense coming out of the half, this is going to be a completely different ball game. And if you're a fan of the Chupacabras, you have got to be excited with what you're seeing on the floor tonight. Great smothering defense, and on offense, your top guy, Darnell Turner, is absolutely showing out. No two ways about it. Darnell Turner has always been a good player, but I have never seen him look this good. As we see the halftime report here, I think this is just the story of the field goal percentages. The Polar Bears just not shooting well. As you see, Self going into half with 6 and 7. Those are some good numbers. And Turner going into half with 18 points and 1 assist. That's surprising that there's not more points for Darnell Turner. He has been everywhere when he's on the court. Alright, and we are back, kicking off the third quarter. Polar Bears will have the first possession. Forbes kicks it back to Falls. Falls takes the screen from Self, looking to make a move. I thought Forbes had enough room to shoot it there, but he decides not to. Self splits the defenders, but can't get it to fall. $1 million move, 10-cent finish there for Michael Self. Do not expect those to continue to miss as Turner shoots one. That was just a heat check. Turner definitely still feeling it coming out of the half. Alley-oop falls to Self. That was gorgeous. Cassius falls, so smart on that play. Decides not to attack the rim because he sees the trailing Self. He steps back, creates some separation, which leaves Self wide open. Turner wide open on the 3, gets it to go. Looking at these Polar Bears, I think that's their biggest. Oh my goodness, Cassius falls again with the beautiful pass as Michael Self really making up for that one miss at the earlier in the quarter with a great finish there for the and one. Like I was saying earlier, I think one thing that might help these Polar Bears a lot is to get a shooter at that number 2 position. Lonnie Forbes, a good playmaker, but I really think they need somebody to stretch the floor for him here. Cassius Falls, absolutely a facilitating monster, gets Self again. This offense has looked fantastic. If their defense can stop Darnell Turner, this could be a game. Lonnie Forbes, usually an okay defender, not great, but good enough. Absolutely just can't hang with Darnell tonight. 23 points now for Darnell to start the third. Michael Self passes it up to Champ. Champ's going to drive. Michael's there for the board, but they're going to call the foul anyway. Champ Hansen gets the first to go. Champ knocks home the second. As you see, substitutions in for both teams. Dylan Webb is in. Michael Self has come out. Yuri Kasparov is in. Dylan Webb absolutely flies by the entire team so fast that I didn't even see it coming. And then gets the easy layup. 12-point ball game. Interesting to take Michael out at this point as him and Cassius are showing great chemistry. And that's bound to happen when you're fighting for a loose ball near the out-of-bounds line. Great poke away by the Chupacabras there to force the mistake. If I'm Cassius Falls next time, I just let that roll out of bounds. Shane Kerrigan sets the screen. Webb gonna drive. Cassius, much taller defender. Good defense, and then gets the board. Kicks it forward to Kadeem. Finds the open man. Nichols can't get the finish. Webb pumps twice. He wanted it, but he realized Cassius Falls is towering over him. Might not be the smartest shot. Sean Foster drives. Finds the open man. Cleveland pumps in the air to get the wide open dunk. That's an athletic finish by the big 7-footer. Cassius now gonna drive. Looked like an okay shot, couldn't get it to fall. John Foster now brings it up. Dylan Webb passes to Shane Kerrigan. Dylan's got a little bit of space. Looks like he wants to take it. Steal there by the Polar Bears. Champ Hansen now dribbles it up. Kicks it to Cassius Falls. Cassius has been a great playmaker, and there's an open lane. He puts himself into Dylan Webb to make it an and one. That is such a high IQ play right there by Cassius Falls. To have the wherewithal to know that the defender is closing out on you, to put your body into him, to make the 2-point play into a 3-point play, that is just a smart basketball player right there. High basketball IQ. I love those types of plays. Darnell Turner's going to drive. Got the lane. He slows down, which gets the defender to go to sleep on him, and then he swings right by him to float it over him. Great play. Darnell everywhere in offense. Wow, what a pass! Nichols down to Kasparov. Somehow, through the defender, gets it to him down low. These Polar Bears love attacking the rim. Cleveland now kicks it out to Turner. Turner got him on an island. Step backs, wants it. Draws the double, and they're going to have a jump ball. Turner needs to kick that out a little bit sooner next time, but when you're feeling it, you really don't want to pass it. Turner wins the jump ball. Goes to Sean Foster. They got 2 seconds left. Cooley's got to shoot. Cleveland gets called for the loose ball foul. I don't know if that was as much a foul as it was him just being a 7-footer and shoving the guy around, using his body weight a little bit too much there. Jimmy Blake now drops it down to Michael Self. He's got the smaller man on him. Great find by Michael. Cleveland knew that Dylan Webb needed help on the other block, so Cleveland rolled over to try to help, and that left Yuri Kasparov wide open. Michael Self finding the open man. He can score, he can rebound, he can dish, he can do it all. Darnell Turner now setting up the play. Dylan Webb gets it right back to him. Dylan wants the ball in Darnell's hands. The whole team knows Darnell's hot. Can't get it. Michael Self pulls it down. Jimmy Blake's going to drive. Kicks it over to Kadeem Wagner. Wagner over to Joe Nichols. They're just passing it around the arc right now and trying to get the open man. Interesting shot. He tried to float it by the rim. Could not get it to fall. Open look. Gets it to go. Dylan Webb, a good offensive scorer this half. Interesting to see Michael Self and Yuri both behind the arc. Self's going to drive, gets it, uses his left hand. The Polar Bears much better offensively in the third quarter than they were the first two. Had this been the outcome for them at the beginning of the game, we could be looking at a different score or a backward score. Turner bodies up Self, just gets Self behind him and then lays it in. Darnell Turner, fantastic tonight. I have never seen this out of Turner before. Self open for the three, chooses to pass it out though. Sets the screen, Blake's open. Blake with a good look, can't get it to fall. Jimmy Blake, not a great shooter, but he should be able to make those. Then Joe Nichols, he knows he's about to get beat by Darnell Turner, so he just grabs him. Not a bad idea. They had a foul to give. Webb now going to let the shot clock wind down. He wants this to be the last shot. Webb's going to take the screen. He's going to go to the right. Vin Woods now gets opening and great move. Offensive scorer Vin Woods. Absolutely fantastic. This has been a great SBF basketball game. First game of the season, and it is absolutely a good one. Later on, we're going to do another commentated game. It's going to be the A-Town Assassins versus the Vixens. The Vixens arguably had the absolute best draft in the league, having back-to-back picks at the end of the first round. They got a superstar tandem of Mike Welker, Derek Walker, and then their rookie guard tandem of Carson Conley and Baldwin. Absolutely fantastic looking team for the Vixens and the Assassins. Those of you that have been in the SBF for a while know they are one of the best teams in the league. But after the shakeup, anything's possible. Michael Self draws the foul. He's going to knock these two down. Getting ahead of myself, I know, but when you're a veteran, not a veteran, when you are a superstar for a team like Michael Self, you've got to make big free throws in those moments, and he always lives up to it. Prigioni open on the drive, gets picked up by Champ. Champ forces the turnover. Jimmy Blake now with the ball. Not the best ball handler. Going to drop it down to Self. Kicks it back. Champ, wide open three. Got it. If you're going to double Michael Self, Champ Hanson's going to knock down the three. Great move. Let's see if the Polar Bears can step it up defensively. 10-point deficit that they have to overcome. Just under 6 minutes to go. Champ with great... Oh, there's Shane Kerrigan open. Decides not to take it. He steps in and gets himself contested. Shane needs to take those threes when he's that open. Champ on the smaller guy wanted it, but he saw that Shane Kerrigan came over to pick him up as Vin Woods gets the steal. Sean Foster now going to work. He's going to put it up and over. Can't get it. Michael Self pulls it down. The Polar Bears get another chance. They need to take advantage of this opportunity to cut it down to a single-digit game, as Michael Self doesn't get himself out of the paint in time. Lapse in judgment by the superstar. Took just a little bit too much time to set up the play. I also feel like that may have been one of the fastest 3-second calls I've ever seen. Sean Foster in the paint. He knows he's not getting it over Michael Self, so he just walks it out. Prigioni gets it at the three-point line. Cassius falls with the steal. Prigioni cannot handle the ball this quarter. As Hunter Cooley picks his pocket, Cassius gets it back though. Both teams being careless. They both want this win. You can tell they're starting to play some sloppy basketball. Forbes had the three, doesn't take it. Gets the screen, can't get it, but Self there for the board. Self kicks it out. Michael Self needs to take that in the future. Lonnie Forbes though, three, it's worth it if it goes. Can't get it, Self with another one. Puts that one up. Doesn't draw the foul, the refs just aren't helping them out tonight. Cooley with a bad shot selection. Cassius falls with the board. Polar Bears have another chance. They need to take advantage of it here. Champ Hansen setting screen after screen as Cassius falls is trying to set something up. As you see Michael Self directing traffic down low. Champ's just going to have to force it. They waited too long to set up the play. Polar Bears look lost on offense. They're finally playing defense, and now they can't play offense again. Sean gets it. Great pickup by Lonnie Forbes. You see Joe Nichols slows down the tempo. Gets it back to Forbes. Forbes is going to take the Self screen. Can't get it again. Lonnie Forbes, not a good scorer. He is a better playmaking defender. Prigioni now around the arc. He dances. Kicks it over to Vin. Vin going to pop it in Self's eye. Doesn't get it. Joe Nichols corrals the rebound. Let's see what they can do. Fourth time's the charm. Polar Bears. Michael Self, three. Can't get it. Champ Hansen with the rebound and draws the foul. Finally, they have a good opportunity to get a couple points here. The Polar Bears really, really needed this. Sometimes free throws are the safest and best option, as that can't go either. The Polar Bears' struggles on offense continue. Kadeem Wagner coming into the game, that should help. He's a good facilitator. He can really help get people open. On a less positive note for the Polar Bears, it looks like Darnell Turner is coming back in now for the Chupacabras, and he looks set on closing this game out. If I am the Polar Bears, I might consider taking out Lonnie Forbes, as he has shown he cannot handle guarding Darnell Turner. Bin, open three. Doesn't get it. Self with the board. Michael gonna take it himself this time. Kicks it to Cassius, sets the screen and rolls. He's got the opening. Cassius and Michael Self, they seem to be building chemistry as this game goes on. It's only a 7-point ball game. 2 minutes to go. If you're the Chupacabras, you've got to get Darnell Turner going. You've got to get him hot. The Polar Bears are surging now. Ben Wood's going to try to make something happen. Kicks it out to Francois. Francois has to shoot here. Lays it up, doesn't draw the foul, but Vin Woods gets the board. Shane again chooses not to shoot. He is super hesitant on those threes, and there's the result. If you're not going to take the open three, you run the risk of that. Kadeem Wagner picks the pocket and then gets the lay-in. 5-point game. Shane has got to take the open shots. He is a good shooter. Vin wide open. Rims out. The Chupacabras are struggling now on offense. Champ floats it, gets it. It is a 3-point ball game with 1:30 to go. The Polar Bears are in it. Darnell Turner now gets stripped again. Kadeem gonna drive on Shane, can't get it. Shane, great defense. Kadeem should have slowed that down. rookie mistake there. The Polar Bears are hot. They are feeling it right now. The Chupacabras have got to take this possession slowly and make sure they get points. Prigioni. Deep shot. Over to Shane. Passes up a third. Wide open three. That is going to be the story of this game. A fourth wide open three. Shane Kerrigan will not shoot it. There it is. He's going to force one because the shot clock was winding down and he can't get it to go. Lonnie Forbes drives, puts it up. Lonnie Forbes can't get it to go. Bad shot selection there. Shane Kerrigan now going to try to dribble out the clock. Gets it to Cleveland. Prigioni going to drive and one. Devastating play to close out the game. Prigioni looking to make it a 2-score game with this free throw. There it is. Even with 2 threes, all the Polar Bears can hope to do is tie the game up. The Polar Bears had an opportunity to tie it, and they couldn't get it to fall as Lonnie Forbes decided to take a terrible shot. Lonnie Forbes really struggling today in his first game as a Polar Bear. Champ puts the whole team on a poster in under 2 seconds. He knew that he needed a quick score and he got it. Chupacabras call the timeout. They got to know that the fouls are going to be coming. They've got to get the ball into their best free throw shooter. If you're the Polar Bears, you can't rely on these dunks. Darnell Turner at the free throw line. These are instant. As you hear the MVP chants start to roll in, Darnell definitely making a case to be at least a candidate this season. If you're the Bears, you've got to start shooting threes. As much as you like that Champ Hansen poster, you need the 3 balls. You are down by 6 with 19 seconds to go. Michael Self may not be the best shooter, but he is a good one. And he has got that clutch gene. I say let him go. Instead they get it to Lonnie. Over to Michael. Michael's going to get it. That was almost an and one. But instead it's just going to be 2 free throws. That is not what you want this late in the game. You do not want to trade 2 for 2. Can the Bears get a steal here? Looked like Prigioni went for the Forbes, mind you. Looks like Forbes went for the steal, but draws the foul. Turner's going to get 2 more. Misses the second one. Wagner with the board. They got to score fast. Forbes for 3. Doesn't get it. That's game over. What a great first game for the SBF season. This game just gets you excited to be a Polar Bears and a Duke City fan. Reflection on both teams here. Duke City, you had to love the defense tonight. Their offense runs through Darnell Turner. If Darnell Turner's not playing well, we're not playing well. If you're reflecting on the Polar Bears, you've got some chemistry struggles on the offensive side of the ball, but once you clean those up, it should be a good season. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the game as much as I did. Final score 64-57 in favor of the Chupacabras. Have a good night, everybody.